Today we are going to talk about one of the most successful IPO in recent time. If you talk about this IPO, that was nothing but IRDA, which was launched on November 2023. The price was around 60 rupees, and currently now it is trading around 250 rupees, almost more than four times within last 9 months. And that is what the bumper return IRDA has given to their investors. And many of the investors still hold as an IPO, and many have invested afterwards, and they are asking what to do with this stock. And this question is asked by Mission Panchatra, Rita Talwar, Madhav Bhatia, Piyush, and Venkatesh. They asked for the review of this stock. So let us review this stock, guys. IREDA, of course, it is doing very well. Actually, it is ticking all the boxes, no, which is needed, no, when we talk about, what you say, a momentum stock. See, IREDA is in renewable sector, and renewable sector, there is a big push coming from our government, and that is why most of the stocks in renewable sectors are running. And IREDA is focusing mainly in renewable sector to give them financing, and that's why this is quite a, you can say, a famous stock among the investor. And of course they will rewarded with the great returns. But from here, where it will go, whether you should invest in this stock or whether you should hold or sell this stock, we are going to talk about that in detail. So let me start with the presentation. Meanwhile, guys, if you want me to analyze any of your stock, and please put it in the chat box, guys, because normally we do analyze based on your suggestions only. So all these stocks, whatever I'm reviewing, no, it is coming from you only. Okay, so please put it in the chat box, comment box down, and I'll take it next time. Chale, so let us talk about renewable sector first, and I want to discuss here about the scope of a renewable sector, because at the end of the day, no, this is where the financing is done by IREDA. So if you talk here, no, global renewable energy installed capacity. This is little bit old data, but yes, by 2023 it was 4140 gigawatt. Okay, out of that, solar is having the major role. Okay, and hydropower, these are the two where major role is there. Wind is little bit less, but yes, this is what, no, almost 500 gigawatt is in added in 2023. Actually, what world over the targets are robust global environment for RE growth. That is what the target all the countries are targeting. Actually, target is by 2030 around 11,000 plus gigawatt. Okay, now this is a big target. As you have seen, 4,100 something is 2023, and now we are talking about 11,000. Almost, you can say, three times within next 4 to 5 years. And this is where the growth comes into picture. 100 plus countries has committed to triple their RE capacity, triple their renewable energy capacity. Around USD 35 trillion dollar will be invested in this renewable sector. So big scope is there. When we talk about India, now India, if you see renewable energy, slowly and steadily it is going up. Okay, and of course in India, major part is of course solar and hydropower. Okay, this is where the major part is. And what is the target for India as such? The target for India is nothing but, no, this is what the government is also targeting, that 500 gigawatt, okay, by 2030. Okay, now this is a big target. Okay, because currently it is 190, so more than double the capacity in next 4 to 5 years. Okay, and almost rupees 7,400 crore rupees, no, via total outlet scheme. And of course, more than that, no, lot much of investment is going to come in this renewable sector. And for all this stuff, you need a funding. And from where the funding will come, one of the mode will be nothing but IREDA, Indian Renewable Energy Fund provider. At the end of the day, now where IREDA is focusing, the traditional IREDA focus was always solar, hydro, transmission, no, biogas, wind energy. But now basically they are going to invest in emerging technologies also, like battery storage system, electric vehicle, green hydrogen. Okay, then fuel cells. Similarly, products offered to the conceptualization of commissioning project, term loans. Okay, refining of loans, refinancing of the loans. Okay, line of credit to NBFC, top up loans, so loan syndication. Now this is where they are going to focus maybe in future, Okay, and these are the emerging technology where their focus is going to be there over the years. So it's not only a renewable sector they are going to focus, there are a lot many emerging technologies also they are going to focus, and that is where the benefit comes from. For IRDA the scope is much bigger here. So one type of monopoly is there. Again, if you see the sanction is almost Q1 24 25 9,010 crore against last year 1,800 crore. Okay, disbursement is also come much ahead than the last year, 5,325 against 301 and for last year. When we talk the sector wise split, no, where they've given us loan and all that. So the major part is nothing but solar and thermal SPV 27%. Okay, then wind energy 17%, loan facility to state utility 18%. So these are one of the major one. Let us go in deep understand the breakup completely. So when we talk about the breakup, as I told you, solar is 27%. Before that, no, they are actually giving loan to private sector almost 76% and public sector 24%. Most of the private sector are going much more no, with a full force in renewable sector, and that is why most of the loan is given to the private sector. In that also 20% solar, which was remaining same. However, last quarter it was 30, wind energy 17, that has also gone down little bit. Hydropower almost same, manufacturing 6%. So where there is a jump is in ethanol, hybrid solar power. This is where some of the jump is there. And you can say that state loan facility is around 18%. So this is where the focus is there. But yes, focus is mainly solar and thermal and wind energy. Hydropower comes the next. Similarly, when we talk about which are the state they are commissioning, see why I'm showing you all this, because you should know how the IRDA is operating and what is the scope of the business over the time. So if you see Himachal Pradesh 4.15, okay, other big region are Rajasthan, the biggest is nothing but the 14%. Then another big region is you can say that Gujarat 8.51%, okay, and similarly Karnataka. Okay, Karnataka is almost 13%. So these are the major state, and rest east region and north region are little bit lower side, but mostly on the west and south. This region is playing a big role for IRDA when they are giving a loan. Okay, now let us see what type of borrowings are there. Okay, so basically, if you see the most of the borrowings is coming through the domestic. Sorry, 1 minute. Yeah, domestic borrowings. So if you see domestic borrowings, 2020 it was 30,000, then it has gone up by 40,000. So what are these borrowings? They have to give loan. So from where the borrowing is coming? From here. Okay, so domestic is going up slowly and gradually, and the foreign borrowing is going down. So they are now focusing on domestic borrowings much more, where major parties bank loans and the other is bonds. So almost it is 50-50 only. Okay, again, this is where the focus is. So as I told, domestic borrowings is taking much more larger stake now. So again, also if you see here, you can see domestic borrowing is increasing year by year, and this is where the bonds and loan bifurcation is there. Okay, this is how the borrowing is coming. Now the major thing why IREDA profitability is coming good is because they are having a good rating. If you see, the rating is triple A stable rating, and because of this type of rating, they can borrow the fund with lesser interest rate. Better the borrowing, the lesser the interest rate, and this is what you have to keep in mind. And this is what is working for IREDA, because they are getting loan at a cheaper rate, and that is why their NIMs may expand over the time. Okay, let us talk about NPAs, because it is an NBFC at the end of the day. And when we talk of the NPAs, no, if you see gross NPA, year on year it is going down. So that is a positive thing. And one of the reason why this year on year it is going down, currently it is around 2.19%. The reason is simple, because as India is growing, as the economy is growing, more and more fundamental changes are coming in the company, and they are able to repay the loans also, and their profitability also increasing, and that is why the gross NPA is coming down. It is same the way the bank has no all the banks has brought the NPAs down. So NPA, when we talk about, is almost, earlier it was 5.61%, which has gone down to 0.95%. And this is why, this is a big positive for IREDA, which is 0.95 is quite low. So that is a good ratio to understand. When we talk about no disbursement value wise, so sector wise disbursement, you can see here, no solar is picking up, okay, comparatively compared to last quarter. Then hydropower and wind is actually going down little bit. Then a big jump is coming in ethanol आप देखोगे, you can see a big jump. And hybrid wind and solar is almost also a big jump. So this is what you have to see, just to show where the things are moving currently, which sector. Now let us understand little bit their main financial data. So when we talk about the revenue generation, basically quarter to quarter comparison, last to last quarter comparison. So June 30 24 with June 30 23, almost 32% jump. Interest expense 28%, profit, operating profit 31%, and profit after tax 30%. This is a very good decent jump coming. Gross NPA going down -5%, -21%, which are already seen. And basically net worth is also going up. Okay. So these are all positive metrics you can see here. Key ratios, when we talk, why you have to see the key ratios, this is what shows that how the bank, basically IRD is performing. So yield on loan is around 10% odd. Okay, cost of borrowing is stable only, okay, not increasing. And interest rate is 2.3. But the main here you can see here, this is where net interest margin is going up. Now when you have a good stable credit rating agencies ratings, triple A plus stable, which is helping to increase in NIMs also. Debt to equity is 5.8, it is remain because it is giving you more funding. Okay. Then earning per share, it's no little bit lower compared to earlier, but no, sorry, little bit higher compared to earlier quarter, but it's a steady growth. Okay. Provision coverage ratio is 57.21, which is quite good, and last quarter also it was good, but it is much better than the last year quarter. So these are all positive ratios. So all these ratios are very important to understand. And guys, why I've shown you, because at the end this will show you how the financial capacity of IRDA is. Now let us understand through some financials data only. If you see, the scope is much big. Even from here I've shown you the scope and how the company is going to expand against among the various other sectors also. Not only traditional renewable sector, they're going to expand in other sector, which will help IREDA to grow over the time. Now let us talk about something else, and that is nothing but the financial data and why this stock is moving up. And is it only for the EPS, or what has changed and why this stock is going up so much? So let me share the screen here. So talking about no why this is going, so let us talk about this. So if you see here, the price has gone up a lot over the time, okay, in last 1 year, that you can see here, correct? Now it has gone up from October to November 23 to uh, basically August 24. Now if you see here, the P ratio and EPS is slowly and gradually, of course one quarter was not so great, slowly gradually going up. But the main thing was, when we talk about this P ratio was around 14.5 or something, was there 16 around, and that has gone to almost, currently it is 50. One time it has gone to 61. So if you talk about that, almost more than 3 times jump is coming in P ratio. And P ratio is going because everyone is going gungo with IRDA ke boss. This is the no stock which will perform very well, and that's why you can see such a big jump coming in this stock. Okay. And so more than EPS, the, you can say, now the outlook for the stock exchange, which is actually pushing IRDA up. When we talk about we'll talk about the comparison with other companies. But yes, if you see quarter to quarter result, we have already seen, so let us not talk about that. But just to show you the compounded growth over the time, sales growth in last 10 years, no, is 20, 5 years 20%, 3 years 23%. Compounded profit growth is very good. In last 3 years it is 53%, this year 45%. So this is what, no, profitability is much much better, and that's why the stock is trading at a higher P when we compare with the other companies. Okay, like, yes, if you know that I just released yesterday one IRFC video, and when we talk about like comparing all these, no, NBFC, you can see that overall the 27.99 is the average P ratio, but out of that, Indian IREDA is having the maximum P ratio. Rest second highest will be IRFC. Okay, but the major thing you have to understand that they are having a growth also. You can see the sales growth and the profit growth, but if you see IRFC, they are not having that type of growth. Okay, so this you have to keep in mind. Even the ROE 17% is good. Okay, and IRFC 13%, Power Finance 21%. So overall, if you talk about this, that no, they are showing a growth compared to others NBFC, public sector NBFC. Then again, the margin and all that is also much much better. If you see net profit margin is almost, you can say, 25%. Okay, net profit margin is 25%, which is also a healthy one. Okay, and now when we talk about the let us understand what is the current enterprise, sorry, current CNP divided by book value. That is nothing but 8.17. Now this is on a higher side. This is where, no, you can say it is little bit expensive also. Okay, now let us talk about so we have just seen the financial and seen the, no, what you have to think about this company from here. Guys, one thing is for sure, scope is big and they are in the right sector at the right time. And again, they have a triple A stable rating and all these things are going, and again they are expiring. So future looks good. However, the little bit expensive valuation is there. But in a way, this is justifiable because the stock is in a one type of monopoly position, and now the way they have a government backing and they are getting the cost of funds and a much much lower interest rate, and this is what is helping RD. So I think this is much more better company compared to other NBFC, because this is where, no, focus is there and no a mega trend is there. Again, guys, if you have your stocks, no, whatever I points tell you, it is just for your information. Please do your own research before investing, guys. I'm a SEBI registered research analyst. I don't have this stock. Many of my basically members may be having, but yeah, please keep this in mind whenever you are analyzing a stock. As I told you, stock looks good. If you have, you can hold it, and otherwise, no. If you want, you can buy it at deep also. Okay, but yes, you can do your own research, then you invest. So hope you like this video, guys. If you like this video, do like it and share it this video to everyone, guys. And if you have any comments, any suggestions, or anything you want to know, anything about stock and all that, put it in the comment box. I'll do reply. I'm replying each and every comment. Plus, guys, do attend our masterclass session. I've given the link below. No, workshop which is almost 1500 rupees. I'm giving you to free. Do attend. It is a mind-blowing session where I'm talking about all this stuff in a much much systematic way, guys. If you want to be a long-term investor, I think that masterclass is going to help you a lot. So thank you very much, guys. Do subscribe and like this video, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow with another good video of any other stock which you have asked for. Okay, so